What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here from the Doctor Strange Legends Dormammu Build-A-Figure Wave. I have Karl Mordo. Let's do it.
Level 138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into my...
Welcome back, guys, to the Marvel Legends action figure review, and I have from the Doctor Strange Legends series, the Dormammu Build-A-Figure Waves, Karl Mordo, who was played in the movie by Chiwetel Ejiofor. I'm probably butchering that completely, so I apologize to the actor, but he was amazing in the Doctor Strange movie. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but he plays a huge role. Now, you got your standard window box here with the Build-A-Figure Dormammu logo on the top. You have that awesome Doctor Strange movie logo on the top as well. Legend series. You have this great window view of Mordo with his staff accessory, and then he has some Dormammu accessories with those smoking skulls. And then, of course, he has the right leg of the Dormammu Build-A-Figure. You got Marvel Doctor Strange movie logo. You got his name at the bottom. And on both sides, you have this nice image of the actor who portrays Karl Mordo in the film. And then we have a nice picture of the action figure posed up, holding that staff. Marvel Legends series. You got his name, and then a little bio. With masterful control of mystical entities and magical energies, Mordo's powers in sorcery are nearly unrivaled. And at the bottom, you have the entire lineup needed to build this Dormammu Build-A-Figure. Now, I have already reviewed the Doctor Strange, so go ahead and check out that video. The others are coming up soon, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out. Alright, let's take Karl Mordo outside of this box, and let's see what he's all about. So here is Karl Mordo outside of his packaging, holding his staff, and of course he has the big right leg of the Dormammu Build-A-Figure with Dormammu smoking skull accessories. Now, this figure stands at almost 6 1/4 inches in height, with a tremendous likeness to the actor Chiwetel Ejiofor, who portrays Karl Mordo in the film. Now, let's take a closer look at Mordo. Now, Hasbro has done another fantastic job with the character based off the MCU into Marvel Legends action figure form here with Karl Mordo. I mean, take a look at this design, all the intricate details all the way throughout, and of course the likeness to the actor Chiwetel from the films. Now, his accessory here is just this wooden staff, which actually has a lot more power than you can see right here, but there's nothing special about this right now, so I'm going to put this away. But take a look at the head sculpt here. Another fantastic Hasbro head sculpt. They are killing it with these MCU figures. Take a look at all the sculpted detail of his face. Nice job with those black eyes, nicely centered within the white of the sculpt, and then all of that sculpted detail for the rest of his face. Nice separation being used of the flesh tone paint of his skin and the black of his hair, and look at all the textured detail of his hair sculpt. Nicely done. And then we get to this amazing body sculpt here, which is totally new and unique for Karl Mordo. Of course, they have that monkish style clothing like we've seen in the film, with all the designs all the way throughout, very true to the film. I mean, just a lot of textured detail in the collars, like things you probably didn't even need to put in, they actually put in. So I love that attention to detail. I love the composition here between the dark green, you have the lighter green collar coming across, nice paint applications, and then you kind of have this grayish color underneath with that blue wrapped around his neck on that collar, and just all of the layers of his clothing. Oh my goodness, it actually looks like the toy came to life and put all this clothes on himself. Now, his right arm has the same gray coloring. You have a little touch of blue there right on the top of his shoulder piece there, and then you have these nicely sculpted sleeves going to this green braid almost wrapped around his arm, going all the way down to his armbands, which are in that olive green, nice sculpted detail all the way throughout. And then you have his hand, which is in the same flesh tone paint as his face. Now, on the other arm, he has that same blue that's around his collar, going all the way down to the same styled armbands. Now, take a look at his waist. Look at all that fine detailing going on throughout. You got different layers of belts here. You got the black behind everything. You got a little bit of a black buckle there. You got some line work sculpted in. Then you have this very thin kind of brown belt. You have this little side portion here with some variations in color between that kind of dark green. You got the blue, and then you have some of that gray, leading up to some tassels going across the side, all nicely painted, nothing spilling on over. Then you have more of that lighter green and the darker green of this very flexible plastic being used for the bottom of his gown. I really can't get over how amazing this figure looks. I mean, all of the detailing involved here to make it true to the way he appears in the film. I mean, you got this brown band going over this little piece that goes over the skirt piece, and that goes over this. I mean, there's so much going on here, it's hard to keep track. Now, all of that detail you see up here with all the greens and grays and blues, and then you just got some black pants. Again, very true to the way it appears in the film. Nice sculpted detail all the way throughout. His knees are a little bit padded there, and then we go to these nice glossy black of his boots. Now, even though he has a ton of sculpted clothing on, the articulation is still top notch on this figure. You got the head on a ball hinge joint, so you get the same rotation all the way around. The hinge allows for extension upward, and he can look down a good amount as well. And I love how they have the ball right here of his shoulder, and you got this softer plastic up at the top of his shoulder, so you do get the rotation all the way. It's kind of limited, but you still get it all the way around. And then of course we have a hinge that is rotating with the ball, but you do get extension going upward about that much and going downward all the way. We do get a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow. Now that is kind of limited because of that braid there and a little bit of the clothing sculpted in, but it's not too bad. We do have a rotation at the wrist, and of course we have a hinge. Now the cool thing about this is that we have a hinge going up and down, so you can do some karate chopping action, but you see the hinge right there on the inside of his palm, inside of his wrist, whereas this one is your standard Marvel Legends hinge on the right arm, which can go upwards and downwards. So I love that they added that diversity in the way you can display him with his staff. Now, like the Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange, we also have a nice diaphragm joint. You can see his upper torso is on a ball joint, so he gets a ton of range of motion, of course, all the way around, and then we go forward, we go backward, he can go tilt to the side, all the way 360 degrees. It's just fantastic, and it does not interfere with the sculpt, and it just looks so awesome. Now of course we're going to be very limited in the range of motion, because even though a lot of the pieces here are softer plastic, he is not really going to be able to kick to the side. Even though they do a lot of martial arts in the movie, he can kick up a good amount, which is great. He can go to the back, and we of course have a thigh cut rotation, which is standard. We have the double jointed knee there. No, we do not have a boot cut, but we do have a hinge at the ankle, which allows for upward flexion about that much, downward flexion a good amount, and of course we have ankle rocker rotation, which I love. So here I have both stars of the Doctor Strange film, with the Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange on the left and the Chiwetel Ejiofor Karl Mordo on the right. So cool. We got a little bro moment going on here, but please, Hasbro, make a Wong figure too. So there you have it, guys, my video review of the Doctor Strange Legends series Dormammu Build-A-Figure Waves Karl Mordo. Such an awesome figure, and so true to the way Chiwetel Ejiofor appeared in the film. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up and check out my channel for other reviews I've done, and I have so many cool things coming your way, including a lot more Marvel Legends action figure reviews. So make sure you all like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.